Hello and welcome to my pick a card reading on how to heal past heartbreak. I just want to put a disclaimer out there before we begin that heartbreak does not necessarily have to involve an ex or a past relationship. But anyways, you guys can go ahead and pick one of these three crystals and we can get started. Hello group number one and welcome to your pick a card reading on how you can heal past heartbreak. So the first card we have here is the Nine of Cups, clarified by the moon with the oracle message of selfish. Okay, so if you look at the Nine of Cups, it kind of looks like a guy who is hiding behind this table. He's got all these cups and he's kind of grinning a little menacingly at us. Okay, so you guys in the past, I feel, have been kind of selfish in your relationships where you're almost doing like some type of emotional hoarding where you kind of go into things and you reap the benefits, but then the other people around you don't. Okay? And you just kind of take all the emotional resources for yourself. Okay? Or all the healing for yourself, and then the other person doesn't really get anything out of it. Then with the Three of Wands clarified by the Seven of Swords with the oracle message of the truth. This to me is talking about being sort of deceptive as well in a past relationship. So you could be like looking out and seeing what else is out there, what your options are. And then behind the other person's back, you're sort of going off and speaking to people who you shouldn't be speaking to. Or I'm not going to say this is cheating, but I mean, it's kind of that cheating energy. It could be emotional cheating. I don't know. But you're kind of just like taking the resources that other people thought they were welcome to, and you're just kind of going off and doing your own thing with these resources. Okay, so it's almost like you get into these situations where you're taking a lot out of them and then you're ready to leave. Like you're ready to, like you almost have one foot out the door. You're ready to see what else is out there and what else you can take from. It's almost like you have an energy where you like newness and you like excitement. And once you get used to something, you're kind of over it. And so you're just like, how do I get out of this? You're ready to leave. And you're not necessarily honest with yourself about that or honest with the other person you're with about that. And so they could feel deceived or like they can't trust you when really it's like if you had just been transparent and said how you felt, we could have avoided a lot of these issues if we just had some more communication. Right? And then finally, we have the Hanged Man clarified by the Six of Cups with the oracle message of renewal, which is part one. This is saying that what could kickstart you getting over these past issues is you sort of seeing your childhood or your past from a new perspective. Because right now you're still stuck in your old way of viewing your past. So maybe you're not thinking that these are issues that you have, or you're almost maybe in denial about it. But once you shift your thinking, that's when things can become very clear to you. There may have been things in your childhood that could have contributed to you feeling like you need to hoard things for yourself, whether it's emotions, not emotions, but just like healing, like resources, or it could just be, it could be stuff from your adulthood too, but just in the past that made you feel this way. Also, this energy in this reading could also be someone who doesn't want to reveal too many parts of themselves to other people. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups here. Maybe this person doesn't want to be, by this person I mean you, don't want to be emotionally vulnerable with others, but you're expecting them to be emotionally vulnerable and available to you. Okay, so in a sense, that's selfish. And then when people start to push you to become emotionally vulnerable, you're ready to leave. Like you don't even want to bother. You get in your head about it. You start thinking about it. You're like, why am I wasting my time? This person doesn't get me. let me see what else is out there. I have options. Let me skedaddle to the left with all my swords. Hopefully most of you resonate with one or the other of those two messages. Okay, let me pull some more cards. Okay, now we have a few more messages here. So the affirmation that came out for group 1 is, my words have power. Be intentional with everything you say. It's important to understand the power of words and the actions and manifestations they become. Use your words consciously and purposely to elevate, encourage, or inspire yourself or others. Okay, so I feel like you guys, again, we did have the truth here. We had the 7 of Swords. So being honest with yourself and being honest with others is going to be huge for you guys. There may be some element here of illusions in regards to yourself. Like you may fool yourself into thinking, you know, your behavior is okay, or if someone confronts you about it, you're just like, well, they're wrong because this, that, and the third. When really you kind of need to look within. Like I'm looking at this book as if that's like the story of your life, right? Like look within, see what messages your past, not messages, but what your past has, how your past has informed your current behavior and situations that you're ending up with. And always speak the truth. Make an effort to be honest with every interaction you have. Then we have the Trust card reversed. Okay, so I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory, especially for that message about those of you who maybe don't want to be emotionally vulnerable in front of others. You may not trust them. And so you just kind of want them to tell you all their business, but you don't want to tell them your business. There's almost like a hidden element here. You're kind of hiding, you know, you have your back to someone. So being able to trust is a huge part of healing your past heartbreaks, because when you move forward into new relationships or new situations or entanglements, if you will, you're going to be able to open up to people much easier. Okay. Then we have the card of change. Focus. We have the card of change, and it says they're thunder moon as well. So again, with the Hangman reverse, the Hangman usually talks about seeing situations from a new perspective, but because it's reversed, you're not there quite yet. Okay. So in order to really achieve complete change, we need to sort of do a lot of self-reflection on our past, things you've done in the past that have gotten you to the place you are now, and how we can make a change going forward. Okay, and then in the book it says, accept change. Life, like the seasons, is about change. Take advantage of change energy. Plan ahead. And then the mantra for you guys is, I welcome change and I ride its energy. Okay, so you guys are really, the stars have aligned in a sense for you guys. Like the energy of change is around you. So kind of just lean into that and don't fight it. Okay, so drew a few more oracle messages here. So I have 2 quotes for you guys. The first is, you can't lose your sense of self. Stay grounded. The second one is, I think it's vital to pattern yourself. Oh, this quote is from Aaliyah. Then the second quote is, I think it's vital to pattern yourself after success. That is from Nipsey Hussle. And then the final the final oracle message was, surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. All of these 3 messages all have a theme of your sense of self, understanding your sense of self, recreating your sense of self. Okay, so when we talk about you can't lose your sense of self, stay grounded, and then surrender outdated beliefs. So in a sense, this message of change is about changing who you are as a person, right? Because you want to repattern, okay, because this quote did talk about patterns. You want to create the ideal image of yourself, okay, whatever that looks like to you. So I don't know if you need to make a vision board, if you need to write it down, okay, because we do have a book there. If we need to say it out loud, because your words have power. You need to identify the ideal version of yourself, live in that version of yourself moving forward. Okay, because these outdated beliefs about yourself, your past, because we'd have the Six of Cups, that's holding you back from moving forward into this energy of change. And if you write these things down or say it aloud or just have a concrete place where this ideal sense of self lives, okay, again, vision boards, writing it down, blah, 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 it helps you stay grounded and it helps you, in a sense, keep your eye on the prize, okay, and just stay focused and help you not get thrust back into old patterns that are causing you heartbreak. All right, I think it's vital to pattern yourself after success. So it's important to, like, if you think of karma, right, what goes around comes around. It's like a circle. If you're doing the same thing over and over, you're not going to get a different result. Okay, that's the definition of insanity, as they say. So the only way to get out of this loop, this cycle, is to do something different and to break from the loop. Hopefully you guys moving forward will be able to do that. Group 1, this concludes your reading. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on my channel again soon. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to this pick a card reading on how you can heal your past heartbreak or move on from your past heartbreak. So the first card we have here, we have the Ten of Pentacles, with the Queen of Swords clarifying, and the Oracle message is successful. All right, part 26, which is 8. Okay, so with the Ten of Pentacles talks about, legacy. It talks about money, success, riches, family, dynasty. It could talk about your ancestors. Okay, and then we have the Queen of Swords, which is, it could be an air sign, energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It could be talking about being guarded, using your intellect, being a logical person, all that good stuff. Okay, so when we have these two cards in the reverse, it's talking about this energy almost being blocked. So I feel like you guys are, because we do have successful here, and we do have 8 there as the number. Oh, it's 26, but 2 plus 6 is 8, right? So for me, this is saying that it's almost like your destiny to be successful in the future, but there's some blockages here that are preventing you from doing that. Okay, so your Queen of Swords energy is kind of being expressed in a more negative way. Okay, because the number 8, it carries this energy of like hard work. It's very like Saturn, if you guys are familiar with astrology, like hard work, discipline. So then we have the Emperor clarified by the Page of Swords. The Emperor is reversed. Okay, and then we have the message of emotional with the number 7. Okay, so with the Emperor being reversed, I'm feeling like you guys aren't taking action on something, and that's why the 10 of Pentacles is blocked, because you do have a Queen of Swords energy about you where you may be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, have that in your chart, or you could be very logical, very intellectual person, have a lot of interests, be very mercurial in nature, but you're not taking action on it. With the Page of Swords, I feel like some of you are waiting for something to happen first before you move forward, because the Page of Swords can be kind of like a message, like news. So I feel like some of you maybe could be waiting for something to happen before you move forward into this energy of success, like monetary, financial, family success. And then we do have emotional here. So because the Page of Swords, it's the Page of Swords is upright, the Queen of Swords is reversed. Page of Swords can be someone who's more young, more naive. Okay, so you guys could be letting your emotions get the best of you, because the cards that represent logic here, like the Queen of Swords and the Emperor, those are in the reversed position. So to me, that energy is blocked. Okay, so you guys could be not letting your logic, like this would be a situation where your logic would help you more, but you're stuck in a more emotion, like your emotions can kind of swing too quickly for other people to keep up with, if that makes sense. Like you could be like a moody person, or you change your mind a lot. Like you're not consistent with the way you feel or your opinions or your actions. And sometimes with air energy, that could be the case because, like I said, air energy is mercurial. It's very changeable. It's very going with the wind, whichever way the wind blows. That's our opinion for that day. Okay, so because it's a little all over the place, it's hard for you to focus your energy in one direction. Okay, and then we have the Page of Cups clarified by the King of Cups reversed, and we do have the Hurt card here, which has the number 8. Okay, so the number 8 is here twice, and then we also have the number 7. So I feel like overall this group has some growing up to do because the Page cards are the only ones that are upright. So anyways, the King of Cups being reversed with the Page of Cups. I feel like because you guys might be a little more immature and your emotions are a little more all over the place, it's hard for you to, how do I put this? It's hard for you to find your King of Cups because of that. Like your youthfulness and your childlike way of being might be attractive to some people because they're like, oh, she or they, whatever. They're a lot of fun. I want to be around them. But then come to find out, it's like you're almost reactive in your life. You don't take the reins in your own life. Like instead of being proactive and going after things, you just kind of let things happen to you. And then you're hurt when people are kind of just like, when other people start to level up, you can't go with them because you're still stuck on level 0 in a way. Because there's so much 8 here, I feel like the number 8, I feel like this could be very karmic for you guys. So you may have a lot of past life energy that was very youthful, or if you believe in past lives, or, you could have just been stuck in a loop of not taking things too seriously or just letting your emotions get the best of you. And if you don't believe in past lives, that could just be the energy that you've had for your whole life and you just haven't been able to move past that. But I want to know with this Page of Swords what it is you guys are waiting for. Like, what news are you trying to receive? Okay, so I asked for clarity on the Page of Swords and I got the 6 of Pentacles that flew out of the deck when I was shuffling. So I feel like you guys are looking for maybe handouts, like you want other people to help you instead of you doing the work yourself. So it's almost like you need to be more independent, more self-sufficient. And maybe that's why the Queen of Swords is reversed, because the Queen of Swords to me she's kind of like a lone wolf, right? Because she's very guarded, right? She's got this sword, but she also has her hand out. So it's like, come a little close, but she's like, come close, but if you come too close, slice. Yeah, maybe you guys, you're waiting for like a handout. Like you're waiting for people to hand you the guidebook on how to be successful in life instead of you going out, making mistakes, trying new things, and figuring out for yourself. I feel like you guys, with the Hurt card, some of you could be very sensitive. So when you get rejected or when you fail, it like hurts to the point where you don't even want to take action next time. If you're just like, okay, like I touched the stove, I got burned, I'm never touching the stove again. Thank you very much. Can we get clarity? Spirit, can we get clarity on this? The 10 of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords reversed and the successful. Oh, the Hangman. Yeah, see, so with the Hangman, you guys are just not doing anything. Like you're literally at a standstill because you're waiting for this guy to show up and hand you some coins. That's not happening. You have to, your lesson that you need to learn here is independence and standing on your own 2 feet. That's where that karma is coming in. Maybe in the past life or in the past, you've just been used to people doing things for you. Okay, and then when I asked about clarifying the Page of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Hurt card, I got the Star card. So I feel like you guys need to do some healing in regards to your directing your emotional energy. Because if you see on the Star card, this person, they're in control of like the jugs of water, right? They're pouring one over here, they're pouring one over there. Like that's kind of like what you guys need to do. You need to take more control of your life and direct your energy in a more productive way, and then also just healing these parts of yourself. Drew some more cards here. So we have some affirmation cards and some moon oracle cards. So first we have, I am a source of creativity. You possess an unlimited amount of creative energy and have the ability to create new ideas and solutions. Inspiring others is effortless when you are living your truth. Allow the thoughts that enter your mind to flow freely into tangible objects or goals. Okay, so again, what I was saying about you guys not taking action here, even though you have this air energy about you where maybe you're good at you could be good at communication, your words, aesthetics, like there's so many things the signs or the energies of Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini are really creative and good at, okay? And because you're not, maybe you don't believe in yourself as a creative person, or you're just not tapping into that energy, it's kind of like this energy is blocked and it's not moving forward. But because you did have the successful oracle message here, so if you took advantage of your creative genius mind, you guys would reap a lot of rewards for yourself. Okay, so please do that. And then you also have the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups is a very creative spirit. So keep that in mind. Then we also had I am in control, which is what I said when we were talking about the star card, is to take control of your life. But anyways, this card says you are seated in the cockpit of your life and serve as a brave and fearless pilot. This allows you to navigate through any trials and tribulations with ease. If turbulence is experienced, remember your position as the captain and adjust accordingly. You have full control of your destiny. Again, you let your emotions get the better of you and you're just waiting for things to happen to you instead of taking the reins and becoming the king of your own life. Basically, like you're the emperor, okay? You have the power to rule over your life the way you see it. You don't need to wait for someone else to give you anything. Today could be the day where you pick up that paintbrush, all right? Then we have self-reflection, okay? And then we did earlier have the Hangman, and the Hangman can also talk about changing your perspective on something. So you guys really need to look within yourself, doing some introspection on, what creative ideas maybe you've had that you've just ignored, hobbies that you have just let fall to the wayside that could help you become more successful, that could help you become more independent, behaviors you've had where you've just been reactive to things in life. All that stuff can help you. And if you look here, the number is 17. 1 plus 7 is what? It's 8. Okay? The number of karma is back again to let us know that this is a heavy energy that you guys have maybe been struggling with past lives, your whole life. So again, it's not going to take a day to get over this, but you can take steps every single day to make things happen for yourself. Okay? And then the way there's like multiple people in this card, right? Because we have 2 women reflecting on themselves. That makes me think that some of you could have people in your life that have the same behaviors as you, whether it's a sibling or a friend or just a family member in general. So that could also be holding you back because you're around people that are also doing these more self-limiting behaviors. Then now you're taking them on as well. So just keep that in mind. Maybe this is a video you need to show them too. If you recognize this behavior in others, maybe it's time you get some friends who are more proactive in their lives. Okay, then finally we have here balance, which carries the number 19. 9 plus 1 is what? 10. Okay, we also have the 10 of Pentacles. 10 is a number of that's basically has the energy of 1, so it could be new beginnings. But anyways, which is what y'all need, a new beginning. Anyway, the book says about balance, seek balance. Extremes of anything are rarely healthy or useful. There may be an overreaction that has caused the issue. Grind yourself and allow your strength to rise from there. Be aware of where the imbalances in your life are at present. And the mantra is, I seek and maintain healthy balance in my life. And then the book also goes on to say, working with the lunar cycle on a regular basis helps us actually experience the flow and balance of nature. The moon shows us the gradual and peaceful process of waxing and waning and the phases of perfect balance within. Our bodies, our minds, and our human spirits seek balance, yet perfect balance is almost impossible to achieve. Okay, so remember when I talked about this, when we look at the star card can also be about balance because this person is pouring water over here, they're pouring water over here, but it's like an equal amount in both places. Okay, so right now, you guys, there's an imbalance with you emotionally where you're doing a lot of reacting instead of action. There has to be an equal balance of you reacting to things and you also being proactive in things. There has to be an equal balance in your emotions versus your logic. Okay, so one of the things Libra represents is balance. Not saying you are a Libra, but just putting that out there. Okay, and then finally I pulled some last few oracle messages. So the first quote we have here, or the only quote, is, "I feel like inspiration is all around us as long as you're open to it." That is from Kamora Lee Simmons. So again, you guys are creative geniuses. It just is there waiting to be unlocked. You just need to put some more energy into, unleashing your creative side. All right. And then we had 3 different messages here. So first we have surrender the idea you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. We have surrender to success. This card says, you are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. And then we have surrender your belief in scarcity, which says the universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Okay. So surrender to the idea that you can fix someone. So remember what I was saying with the self-reflection card? It's kind of dark. Is that better? It's getting dark in here. Remember what I was saying with the self-reflection card? That there's like multiple people here and they could be holding you back or as well. This is kind of like a warning. Like maybe some of you might could try to take this video and you could have gotten that message that other people in your life are going through the same issue. And you might try to take that proactive energy and put it into trying to help heal them. But first and foremost, your responsibility is to yourself, unless you have kids. Your responsibility is to yourself. Yeah, you can't fix them. And then also, we did have the Page of Cups earlier with the King of Cups reversed. So that could be also having someone present themselves as the King of Cups when really they're the Page of Cups, right? So they're not really mature yet. They're still kind of childlike. They're not ready to step up and be the King of Cups, but you're trying to make them that. And it's important that you direct your energy of trying to become successful towards yourself in that manner, because it's almost like you're neglecting yourself when you try to work on other people. Okay, so that's something that you guys should be wary of, whether or not it's happened to you in the past. It could happen if you're taking this message as like, let me be creative in helping fix this person or helping that person. So I don't feel like this is an energy most of you have now, but it could be an energy coming up in the future. Okay, and then we have surrender to success and surrender your belief in scarcity. So both of this has to do with abundance. Okay, we did have the successful card earlier. So just reshaping your ideas around what you're worth and what you deserve is going to be able to help you a lot, because some of you are blocking your blessings by stifling your creativity, or by, even if you're not stifling your creativity, you're just not even, you're making things and you think they're trash. Like you don't even believe in what you're making. You don't even believe that you're a talented person. So it's important to reframe your mindset around these things so that moving forward you can achieve this 10 of Pentacles success that you guys are kind of destined for. But anyways, group number 2, I hope you enjoyed this pick a card reading on how to heal your past heartbreak, how to move on from past heartbreak. I hope to see you guys again on my channel soon. Thank you for watching. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your pick a card reading on how you can get over past heartbreak or how to heal past heartbreak. The first card we have here, we have the King of Swords, clarified by the Nine of Swords with the insecurities oracle message right there. So I feel like many of you, okay, have in the past had a lot of anxiety and obsessive thoughts, okay, where you'll take action on something or you'll say something and then you'll question what you said. Okay, so you're the type of person whose social interactions or having to speak to people or communicate with people can give you a lot of anxiety and can make you second guess yourself and question yourself, and you have a lot of insecurities around your ability to socialize or express yourself to others. But I do feel like that's mainly in the past. That's something you're trying to get out of and actively working on getting out of more. And you're trying to learn how to express yourself with more confidence and not let insecurities get to you. Then we have the Three of Pentacles clarified by the Temperance card reversed with the successful oracle message. So the Three of Pentacles can talk about collaboration with other people, group projects, showing off your work to somebody, displaying your work to somebody, displaying who you are. The Temperance card can talk about balance, can talk about healing. So when you have the Three of Pentacles with the Temperance card reversed, I feel like this is saying many of you, you're trying to balance too many things at once. So your projects don't work out the way you want them to because you have so much on your plate, right? Because when I see the Temperance card and I see these two cups and they're kind of pouring water into one cup, pouring water back into the cup over and over again, it's like you're not focusing your energy in a balanced way. It's imbalanced, so you're not devoting 100% effort towards all your different projects that you've got going on. Okay. So the energy of success is around you, but it's just talking about you need to focus on a specific thing, and you also need to not be afraid to ask for help from others. Because you have these insecurities, you hesitate to get feedback from other people because sometimes when people give you constructive criticism, you may take it the wrong way. It might hurt your feelings. And so you're just like, never mind, let me not even bother. But that can block your success because, when you're so close to a project, you're not looking at it with fresh new eyes anymore. And so you don't even notice the flaws. Then we have Ace of Wands reversed, clarified by the Death card, versed with the Regrets card as the oracle message. Okay, so this can be talking about how in the past you have involved yourself with people who are there to teach you a lesson. Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of karma here. You could be in a relationship with a person who the purpose they have in your life is to kickstart your transformation or your growth, but you're kind of fighting the growth instead of looking at these past situations as opportunities for learning. You're looking at them as situations that you're regretting instead, and then that's feeding into your insecurities again. Because it's like, if I made a mistake with these past situations, my next situation, I'm going to do the same thing. So maybe I should be more guarded. Okay, Spirit, can you please clarify King of Swords and the Nine of Swords with the insecurities card? Okay, we got the Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. So I asked for more clarification on these cards. So yeah, this definitely feels more like it's about money or career than about your love life. With the Ten of Pentacles over here, this to me is saying that your King of Swords energy is an asset that you need to learn how to redirect. And you guys are on the way to do that because, like I said before, I feel like this Nine of Swords energy is something you struggled with more when you were younger. And as you've gotten older and progressed more in life, you sort of have been learning to let go on those insecurities and try to use you do have the capacity to be a very good communicator, whether that's through writing, speaking, or what have you. And some of you could have a lot of air energy in your chart. So that's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You don't have to, but you could. But that's like your greatest skill. But you needed to go through some trials and challenges when it comes to your communication before, so that when you do get out of that, you're going to be like a master communicator and you'll be able to make a lot of resources for yourself out of that and provide for others. Okay, then we have the 8 of Pentacles here. This could also be talking about, some of you could actually also be going to get too much feedback from your friends instead of focusing on your work more in isolation. So because this is Temperance and it's an imbalance, it could be like a sign of extreme. So like you're either extremely not asking for help when you should be, or you're extremely asking for too much help or for too much feedback, and it's clouding your vision. And so it's clouding your chances of becoming more successful with these projects you're working on. So it could just be saying like you need to work on mastering your craft in isolation before you start necessarily showing it off to other people, or maybe just do it more and like balance out those two energies. So it's like you're showing off your work sometimes, but you're also knowing when it's time to get back to the workshop. Then with the 5 of Cups, I mean, 5 of Cups is like the quintessential regrets card, which is the oracle message we got. So again, like just looking at things, you're not looking at things correctly. Like you're looking at these spilled cups as things to regret, as opposed to looking at what you do have, the lessons you have learned from interacting with these different people or trying out these new creative ideas that maybe don't work out. Like these are all lessons for you to learn so that you can have that one successful, or eventually have a successful idea, career, business, what have you. Now we have a few more oracle messages for group 3. So first we have some affirmation messages. The first is, I can overcome any obstacle. Any obstacle you encounter on your journey to success can be conquered. What is destined for you will be yours, but the key is perseverance. Truly believe that you can succeed in any endeavor and trust the path that will be laid out for you. Okay, so this is kind of what I was talking about here when you're having these regrets. Keeping a more positive mindset and surrendering to kind of what is being put in your path and just kind of going with the flow will help you guys a lot. Because what happens is negative things will happen to you and you get caught up in, what did I do wrong? And I shouldn't have done that. And you just kind of stay focused on the past instead of figuring out how to apply those lessons to your future. Okay, so keep a more positive mindset. Understand what is destined for you will be yours. These things that have failed, they weren't meant for you anyway. Okay, so really you should be glad that Spirit has moved those things out of the way so that you can focus on, the next thing. And take the lessons you learned from those past things so that when you get to your big break or your big success, you're going to be even better at it because you went through some of those trials and tribulations. All right. And then with my feelings are valid. Acknowledge your emotions as they come to pass. Spend time with them and investigate where these feelings are coming from. Understand that you are not your emotions. They do not define who you are, and you have the power to both respect and move beyond them. Okay, so when you're getting caught up in this 5 of Cups, 9 of Swords energy, where you're kind of letting your thoughts get the best of you and you're feeling regret, understand that it's natural to feel some type of way when things don't go the way that you planned. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to harden yourself, because the King of Swords can be someone who does stuff like that. Like, you're allowed to feel the way you want to feel, but also just keep in mind that you, again, like it says, you have the power to move beyond these feelings. Then we have focus here. All right, so this is going back to the 8 of Pentacles. Staying focused on your work, knowing when to ask for help, when to do things on your own, that kind of thing. That's going to be incredibly helpful. I actually feel like most of you need to probably lean towards doing things on your own more so than asking for help. I think that's where the imbalance is for most of you. Some of you could be the opposite. But yeah, the butterfly here talks about like transformation. So being able to focus on your work is going to be very transformative for you. And then the other message we have is beginnings. Okay, and I'm going to read what the book says about beginnings. It says, you are offered a fresh start. Your journey is beginning. Take the first steps towards something new. It is time to place emphasis on your health and well-being. I accept and rejoice in renewal and beginnings. Okay, so it's easy to feel a little jaded because you start things and maybe they don't go well, they're not successful. Successful in the way that you think success is. Keep in mind that you can redefine what success means. So if you have a more negative view of that, maybe change that. Because if you come out of something learning a lesson, that could be successful in and of itself. But anyways, just going into things with a more positive mindset, not trying to fight things because you're afraid of what the outcome will be. That's going to be incredibly helpful for you guys as well. Okay, these are the last few oracle messages I have for group 3. So first we have a couple quotes. This first one, we need to do a better job of putting ourselves higher on our own to-do list. That is from Michelle Obama. Then we have, I dreamt about it. I willed it into fruition, thinking that it can happen and doing everything in my power to sort of make it cross my path. That is Virgil Abloh. Then we have, don't grieve anything you lose. Oh, don't grieve anything you lose comes around in another form. That is from Rumi. And then finally we have, stay loyal to your creativity because it's a gift. That is from Pharrell Williams. Okay, so again, in the past, you guys might have had some insecurities around your creativity, failures, okay, things going wrong with your creative ideas. But just keep in mind, again, this is a gift, this is a blessing, and all these challenges you're going through are just strengthening the gift that you have. Okay, don't give anything you lose, it comes around in another form. So again, this is going back to what we said earlier about regrets. Anything you lose was not meant for you in the first place. Then for this, I dreamt about it, willed it into fruition, thinking it can happen, and doing everything in my power to sort of make it cross my path. Okay, so that talks about staying true to your vision, not losing hope in things. Don't let anybody, get in the way of you achieving certain things or put ideas in your mind. So just again, overcoming insecurities, manifestation. And then this quote really focuses on self-care. Okay, so you guys might have a very turbulent mind, anxious mind, and it's important to take time to yourself so that you can quiet your mind, really focus on, using words of affirmation and kind, positive words to yourself, and not just using harsh words with yourself. That's going to be key as well. Then we have 3 surrender cards. So the first one is surrender to your soul's path. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. So again, going back to that regrets, feeling gratitude for what you've been through, learning the lessons that those opportunities taught you. Surrender defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. Okay, so this is going back to the King of Swords, 9 of Swords reversed. We had before, where you may have insecurities around the way you communicate, so you become very defensive or you sort of block yourself off because you're afraid to say the wrong thing. So yeah, just healing some of these wounds around your communication and just becoming the best communicator you can. I feel like, again, some of you are already on your path to doing this, but just staying consistent with that. Key. Then finally, we have surrender to your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. Okay, so because some of you guys are overthinkers, you could become addicted to things to distract you, whether that could be shopping. Okay, that could be hanging out with people who you shouldn't be hanging out with. It could be watching too much TV, spending too much time on social media. Just staying aware of where you're spending your time and why you're spending your time doing those things can help you a lot with making sure you're not becoming addicted to things that kind of numb these negative thoughts you have about yourself, or you're using just to stop overthinking, right? Like, so if overthinking is your issue, a healthier alternative may be meditating, right? Because then you can meditate, that quiets your mind, and you're not consuming content that isn't maybe for you the best, okay, for your highest self, like Instagram. Okay, group number 3, thank you for joining me today on this reading on how you can heal or move past heartbreak. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. Please let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I hope to see you again soon.